Hey, hi, hello friends. Am I audible and visible? Can you please confirm? Hello friends, can you please confirm if I'm audible and visible? Hello. Okay, guys, am I audible and visible? Awesome. So I welcome you all to today's topic. Today we are going to talk about how the AI algorithms work and what is the background of it. Okay, so we'll try to understand it in good detail about what it is, what has been the background, what has been the evolution like, and what are the various use cases in which Gen AI and ChatGPT can be used. Okay, perfect. So before we start, can you all please give me a quick yes or no? Whether are you super duper excited or not for this session? I hope you are. Awesome. Let's get started. Okay. So first of all, many people have this doubt. What is AI? What is Gen AI? Okay. They actually don't understand any major difference between these. So first, let's start with exactly that point. Okay. What is AI? Artificial intelligence is a technology that enables machine to perform tasks that typically require human intelligence like problem solving and decision making. So friends, all these are jargons. Okay, all these are big terms, but if you think about it, they are very basic to understand. So what is artificial intelligence? It is artificially created intelligence, as simple as that. What is natural intelligence? Your knowledge, my knowledge, human beings, the brain of a human person, of a human being, of a person is natural intelligence. And when that intelligence is trying to be mocked, when that intelligence is tried to be copied artificially without intervention of a human, which is via machines, that's what we call as artificial intelligence. Okay, is the first and the most important point clear? Can you please let me know this over chat? Am I making sense on this point? Because this is very important. Unless and until artificial intelligence is not clear, Gen AI will be difficult to understand. Okay, now moving on, generative AI or short Gen AI, generative AI or in short Gen AI is a type of AI that can create new content such as text, images, music, and even videos rather than just analyzing data. So first of all, Gen AI is a type of AI. We need to understand that. Gen AI is a subpart, is a subdomain of AI. It is not a separate thing. It is not a new concept. It is specifically that part of AI which focuses on generating content. Now that content can be in the form of text, it can be in the form of image, it can be in the form of video and whatnot. But the most frequently used is text. Okay, By the way, I forgot to introduce myself. So my name is Aditya Jain, and I have worked as a data scientist in the industry. I have done my master's in data science from IIT Bombay. I secured All India rank 60 in GATE exam Computer Science 2019. And I have upskilled around 10,000 plus students and working professionals in the field of data science and data analytics. Okay, and today we are talking about Gen AI, ChatGPT, all these frameworks. Okay, perfect. So basically everyone understands what is Gen AI. Can you give me a quick yes or no? Come on everyone. Can I have a quick yes or no before we proceed? Awesome. Okay, now let's continue. So it is transforming industries by automating creative processes, assisting in research and enhancing productivity. Okay, so now AI is not just about repetitive tasks. AI is smart enough to also do creative work. It is also capable enough to do research work. Okay, it is also able to generate work. So that's why AI is beyond what it used to be. Okay, for engineers, AI is becoming a powerful tool in design, automation, and development, making it essential to understand. Okay, so if you are someone who is planning to build a career in data science, okay, so for you, ChatGPT and Gen AI, these concepts are not optional. They are very, very mandatory. These concepts are mandatory for you. Okay, these are not optional. We interact with the generative AI daily, whether through chatbots, voice assistants, or AI powered recommendations. So many of us think, no sir, I don't know what is Gen AI. Okay, but knowingly, unknowingly, on daily basis, you are interacting with machines. You are interacting with AI. Okay, so even if you are interacting with a chatbot, or even if you are interacting with a voice assistants, can you give me an example of voice assistants? Let's see. Can someone give me an example of a voice assistant? Whatever you remember. Siri, correct. Siri or Gemini in the audio form, ChatGPT in the audio form. Okay, Google Home. Okay, all these smart systems are also part of Gen AI. Okay, so this is what we need to understand. So first of all, are we all on the same page about what is AI and what is Gen AI? Because before we start to proceed ahead, having these basics clear is mandatory. Okay, all this needs to be very, very clear. Okay, perfect. Let's proceed. Now, let's understand the evolution of Gen AI, because Gen AI is not something which popped up directly in between, right? It has been years since a quite long time. It took time to evolve. Okay, so let's understand how it happened. So AI started with a rule-based system that followed strict instructions but couldn't learn from data. Okay, so you might have written code with if-else statements. Okay, if this happens, then this, else this, like that. Okay, so this is called rule-based system. You are creating rules. You are creating rules, and that's how the system or the problem is getting solved. But it was not capable to learn from data. It was not that much capable. So that's why we jumped onto machine learning. So machine learning introduced models that could recognize patterns in data and improve over time. So not just if else. Okay, it is not just about if else, it is about improving over time by looking at the data. Yes, IITB. Okay, deep learning inspired by the human brain allowed AI to process complex information like speech and images. Okay, so what deep learning did is, deep learning was further bifurcation into machine learning, because it said, I will actually try to map what the human brain is doing. So human brain alternative in coding is what? Would anyone like to tell? What is that one single concept which is kind of replica of human brain for a computer? Can someone tell me that? And this is the only Gen AI related video that you need. I will cover almost everything, okay, because I have actually explored this area quite in detail, and I have been exploring this area in quite detail. Even when I was at IIT Bombay, I have worked on few of these items, okay. So I will try to give you a very good understanding in today's session. Okay, so can you give me an idea about what is alternative of human brain in machine learning? Okay, it is neural networks. Okay, so neural networks are alternative. Okay, deep learning, which is actually having the basics from neural networks, okay, is processing complex data. Now, generative AI evolved with technologies like GANs, which is generative adversarial networks, and transformers, enabling AI to generate realistic content. So this is where the turning point happened. Okay, architecture like transformer. So write down one point. There is a paper called Attention is All You Need. Have you heard of it? When I was doing my MTech thesis, I have read this paper around 7 to 8 times, more maybe. Okay, so this research paper was published by Google, and it actually led to a disruption in the field of machine learning or deep learning, if you can say. Okay, it is very much related to NLP, but within that deep learning specifically, this paper created all the tremendous work because it introduced something called transformer architecture. Okay, transformer architecture was introduced by this paper. The launch of models like ChatGPT, which can engage in human-like conversations, marked a major breakthrough. So my dear friends, many of us think that ChatGPT is something new. No, ChatGPT, or for that matter GPT, existed since a long time. Since this transformer architecture was introduced, all these AI related work was very active. But ChatGPT is so famous because it was the first interface using which humans can discuss with the machine in a very user-friendly manner. Is it clear? So ChatGPT introduced a way in which you can talk to a machine in a user-friendly manner. Okay, so this is where the major breakthrough happened. So next time if someone tells you that ChatGPT is something new, no, ChatGPT is not something new. It is just a new form of AI. It is not the only thing that led to the evolution of AI. It is something which led to the human understandable platform for AI. Okay, human understandable platform related to AI. Are we all on the same page? Because I want these to be very clear. I am considering this as a live lecture because I want you to understand these things. Okay, I want you to understand that it is not something that it fell from an apple tree. No, it's not like that. It has been here for quite a long time. When I was at IIT Bombay, I have worked in this area. Even I didn't knew that ChatGPT is about to come, but I have worked in this area with transformer architecture. Okay, are we all on the same page? Please tell yes or no, my dear friends, so that we can proceed. Perfect. Moving ahead. Now let's talk about some key terminologies, because we hear lots of terms, but we actually don't understand the meaning. So let's try to understand that. AI versus ML versus deep learning. So many people think, sir, AI and ML both are same. Even deep learning is same. But specifically talking about the differences, AI is the broad concept, ML is a subset where models learn from data, and deep learning is a specific type of ML neural networks. Okay, so this is the major distinction. AI is the broad concept, ML is a subset where models learn from data, and deep learning is a specific type of ML using neural networks. Okay, so this is the major thing. Now, generative AI versus predictive AI. So predictive AI is also very famous. In fact, predictive AI used to be the most widely used use case of AI. Okay, because as the name suggests, it is used for prediction. So generative AI is used for creation. It creates new content, while predictive AI forecasts outcome like weather prediction, stock market. Okay, you might have heard that stock prices can be predicted using machine learning. It is because of this reason. Okay, it is because of this reason. So generative AI is generating data. Predictive AI is helping you forecast or predict the data, the outcome. Everyone clear with generative versus predictive? Can I have a quick yes, my dear friends? Come on. Come on, you need to interact, otherwise these concepts will look very overwhelming. I'm trying to make it as simple for you guys as possible. This is the simplest way you will understand these concepts, I can tell you that. Okay, so you need to participate. You need to let me know whether you are understanding these concepts or not, because I have done 1 year of research even to understand these terms when I was studying at IIT Bombay. Okay, so now I am trying to simplify these for you guys. Are we all on the same page? Yes. Perfect. Let's move ahead. Now let's talk about transformers and LLMs. So LLMs, again, you might have heard of LLMs. Okay, so transformers are AI models designed for processing language efficiently, and LLMs, okay, which is large language models, are massive versions trained on vast amounts of text. Okay, so LLM is actually nothing new, but it is trained on a very vast amount of data. Okay, assume all the data in the world, whatever data is available in this world, okay, in the form of text, LLM have been trained on that. And that's the advantage as well as disadvantage of LLM. Why is it a disadvantage? Because it's not focused on one thing. It knows everything. It knows everything. Okay, so that's why it has lots of connects. It has lots of context within it. Okay, it is not trained on specific sector like healthcare or something. Now comes the concept of tokenizations and embeddings. Now these are very broad terms, so I will give you a homework to actually read about these. AI breaks down text into small units, tokens, and converts them into numerical representations to understand language. So I hope you know that computer only understands numbers. Algorithms, machine learning only understand numbers. Okay, so when you are dealing with text, because when you are giving text as input to ChatGPT, okay, it is actually internally converting that to numbers. Okay, and that is done by the concept of embeddings. These are called embeddings. Now there are lots of types of embeddings, word to vector embeddings. Okay, lots and lots of types of embeddings are there. Okay, now fine tuning. AI models can be trained on specific data sets to specialize in certain tasks, like whatever you want. Okay, like if you want to train it on healthcare sector, if you want to train it on edutech sector, okay, all this can be done by the concept of fine tuning. Fine tuning means you are telling it that this is specifically what you need to get better at. Again, I am making it very simple. It is actually a bit more complicated, but fine tuning is like you are telling that, okay, you know so many things, but now you have to specifically do depth research in this segment. Okay, friends, are we all on the same page? Please confirm, because we have just understood a very, very important part, and I don't want you guys to miss that. Okay, all these are very frequently asked terms in an interview. Like whenever I used to take interview as a data scientist, I used to ask what are embeddings, what are tokenization, all these terms. Okay, so I hope that you are not missing on it. Please confirm. Chaliye, perfect. Nice. Moving ahead. Now let's talk about how actually ChatGPT works. Okay, like we know ChatGPT, but how does it actually work? Like what are the various elements within it? What is the process like? Okay, I will just hide the slide. How many of you are interested in knowing this? Tell me. How many of you are interested in knowing how the ChatGPT actually works internally? Super excited? Okay, nice. Okay, so let's see. So first of all, ChatGPT is trained on massive data set of texts and learns patterns in language to generate human-like responses. Okay, so I told you that ChatGPT is trained on a massive amount of text data. Okay, consider all the Wikipedia data in the world, all the Wikipedia pages ChatGPT has been trained on. Okay, then it undergoes two major training phases. The first training phase is called pre-training. Okay, remember these terms. Pre-training, where it learns from a large amount of text. Pre-training means where it is learning from a large amount of text. Okay, and second is fine-tuning, where it improves with human feedback. So two parts. Pre-training means where it is actually learning from a large amount of text, and fine-tuning means where it improves from human feedback. Means as a human you are telling that this is right, this is wrong. It is same as how a kid grows. Ever seen a small kid, right? So small kid makes lots of mistakes, then parents tell it that this is right, this is wrong, right? And then it learns what is right, what is wrong. Exactly the same way a human guides the system that this is correct output, this is wrong output, so that machine evolves, machine learns from human feedback. Okay, that's why machine learning is very, very similar to how a small child actually grows in life. Okay, it is the exact similar process that a machine also follows. Okay, so here comes the concept of reinforcement learning from human feedback, RLHF. Reinforcement learning is a very famous concept. Okay, how many of you know what reinforcement learning is? Yes or no? Tell me on the chat. Come on, we are learning so beautiful concepts. Tell me on the chat, how many of you know what reinforcement learning actually is? Okay, very few. Okay, no worries. So basically reinforcement learning is exactly like, you know, that how you have grown up, right? If you're doing something, you are getting rewarded. If you're doing something good, you are getting rewarded. If you're doing something bad, you are scolded, right? Exactly the same way we do for a robot, a machine. If it does something great, we reward it, we give it plus points. And if it does something bad, we deduct those points from it. So this is how it learns from the environment. Okay, you can read about it. It helps in refined responses to make them more accurate and aligned with human expectations. Okay, because ultimately what is the use case? Natural language processing. What is the use case? The use case is to make the machine speak as natural language as possible. Okay, the purpose is for the machine to be as natural as possible. That's the whole point of natural language processing, right? Machine and human should be interacting in the seamless manner, correct? So that's why it's very important for machine to take feedback from human, because ultimately it wants to be like us. We are training it to be like us. So we need to give the input, right? Okay, this is right, this is wrong, because we are the right people to understand whether it is whether the output that it is giving is correct or not, right? Awesome. So it does not think like a human being, but predicts the most likely next words based on its training. So it is not having its own mind. Come on, only human beings have their own mind, right? Only living animals have their own mind. So ChatGPT is not having a new brain of it. It is actually its brain is actually what it has been trained on. Okay, like as a human being, our brain has ability to look at past and to look in future, like to think of future. But machine can only look at past. It can't look at future. Okay, so it can look at past in the form of getting trained on the past data. When you are training a machine on a past data, it is same as you going to your past and thinking, okay, I did like this and I was rewarded, but I did like this and I was not rewarded. So maybe I did the right thing, or I was not wrong. I was wrong. Okay, such things. So it does not think like a human. Please understand, this line is the major difference between human and AI. Can you all type yes on the chat? So whenever people ask, sir, is AI going to replace our job? The answer is no. AI can never replace a human being in tasks that involves thinking, because AI cannot think. AI can only use the trained information to do tasks, but it cannot think on its own. So whichever jobs are creative, whichever jobs require you to be creative at work, are likely not to be replaced by AI. Okay, but all the repetitive jobs, which are like without any thinking, you have to just copy paste, those jobs will be replaced by AI for sure. Okay, so that's why it is very, very important in today's day and age to actually evolve ourselves, to actually upskill ourselves. So please make sure that you upskill yourself in Python, SQL, data analytics side. It is very, very important. Okay, moving ahead. The quality of responses depends on prompt engineering, where users give clear and structured instructions to get better outputs. Chaliye, let me know how many of you know prompt engineering, or at least have heard of prompt engineering. Have you heard of prompt engineering? Yes. Okay, very good. So prompt engineering is very famous, right? Prompt engineering is like the commands, the instructions that you write to a ChatGPT or any AI. Okay, whatever you're typing is your prompt. So the better you ask, the better output you will get. Okay, as clear as you can be. You have to be very, very clear with ChatGPT to get the most accurate response. So this is part of prompt engineering. So one another skill that I would like you all to learn and master will be prompt engineering. Try to learn it as much as possible. Prompt engineering is very, very important. Okay, moving ahead. Now let's talk about some practical use cases of generative AI. Okay, practical use cases means use cases which we understand, which are required on day-to-day basis. Okay, like before even I go through this slide, okay, can someone tell me what are the practical use cases apart from what are on these slides? Come on, apart from whatever I have mentioned here, Can you tell me some other use cases? Come on, try it out. Okay, let's see. So first is text generation. Okay, text generation. What is this? AI can write articles, summaries, emails, and even poetry, saving time and efforts. Okay, so whatever text generation related tasks are, AI can do it very, very well. Okay, it can generate summaries, it can generate emails. Okay, you might have seen this a lot. You might have seen these use cases a lot. Okay, so AI is very, very good at it. Second is code generation. So tools like GitHub Copilot help programmers by suggesting code snippets and debugging errors. Okay, so this is a very, very famous tool. If you have not tried, try it once. Okay, try it once definitely. Okay, so it is very famous tool because it helps you to understand the code. It assists you in writing code. Okay, can someone tell me which notebook have you used for writing Python code? Have you used any notebook for writing Python code? Come on, Python is very, very mandatory language for AI related work. PyCharm. Okay. So have you ever used Google Colab notebook? If you have used PyCharm, I'm assuming once you might have also tried Python Google Colab notebook, right? So in Google Colab notebook, they have introduced this feature. So whenever you are typing something, it auto predicts and it fills the remaining code. Okay, so see how far we have came. As soon as you write that I am about to write a code on finding even or odd, whether a number is even or odd, the next few lines it will automatically fill for you. You don't even have to write code. Okay, obviously you need to understand code to edit it, but it is even writing code, even it is assisting you write the next line. As soon as you write if, it will automatically fill else for you, like that. Very good, very good. Okay, now image and video creation. Now this is something, my dear friends, this is something which I personally believe is going to be very, very groundbreaking. Okay, very, very groundbreaking. Lots of disruption will happen in AI because of this part. Okay, it is already there, it is already happening, but it will happen a lot. Okay, which is your image and video creation. So AI tools like DALL-E and Stable Diffusion generate artwork and designs. So according to me, in 5 years, 5 years is also a very long time, there will be AI generated movies. Okay, so instead of your actors, AI will be creating those avatars. Okay, imagine that you're just inputting that the movie character should have these qualities, and acting would be done by AI. Okay, imagine how cool that would be. So according to me, this video and image will be groundbreaking. Okay, Sir, what one must learn to rule the current situation, like is it programming? Yes, Kiran, absolutely. Okay, programming, and specifically at least learning Python and SQL. Okay, if you personally ask me, Python and SQL is mandatory. Python and SQL is something like knowing ABCD. The ones who don't know Python and SQL will be considered as someone who doesn't know ABCD, like that. Okay, so Python and SQL are must if you want to build career in AI, data science, machine learning, anything in this side. Okay, let's move ahead. Then the next is chatbots and virtual assistants. So AI is used in customer support, healthcare, and education to provide instant responses. So you might have seen lots of websites have this chatbot. Okay, chatbot is something a interface, like whenever you visit a website, you can actually interact with chatbot and get your queries answered. Okay, so chatbot is very famous and very widely used. Okay, Kiran is asking, sir, only Python is enough? No, only Python is not enough. Python is mandatory, but also you need to learn SQL, because structured query language will help you fetch data. Okay, so SQL is also mandatory according to me. Okay, moving ahead, engineering applications. So AI assists in designing circuits, predicting systems failure, and automating repetitive tasks. So you might have seen lots of companies are actually laying off lots of people because they know that AI can do that task very efficiently. Okay, because they know that AI can do that very efficiently. So that's why you need to be equipped. So it is not like AI can do it, so you will not be required. You will be required in industry, but you should have these skills as well. Okay, moving ahead. Now, popular generative AI tools and platforms. Okay, I'm not promoting any tool. Okay, these are just few of the tools that I have brought before you, because everyone asks me, sir, okay, which tool to use? Okay, which tool to use, sir? So that's why I have brought this list for you, so that you have a well structured starting plan. Okay, you should have a well structured starting plan so that you can think and decide accordingly. Okay, so first is ChatGPT. We all know that ChatGPT was developed by OpenAI. Okay, this is one of the most powerful AI chatbots for conversations, research, and automation. Okay, we all know this ChatGPT. Okay, although ChatGPT is just one of the chatbots, one of the interfaces. Okay, can someone tell me any alternatives to chatbot? Let's see. Who can tell me any alternative to chatbot? Alternative to ChatGPT. Meta. No, Meta is a company name. Sir, Python and SQL are enough. See, Python and SQL are basic, mandatory requirement. Then you should also know NumPy. You should also know Pandas. You should also know Matplotlib, Seaborn. Okay, you should also be aware of Tableau or Power BI for data visualization. Okay, but Python and SQL are mandatory. Then you can explore Tableau, Power BI, all these things. Okay, yeah, correct. So second is Google Bard and Claude. Other AI powered chatbots with different strengths in reasoning and knowledge retrieval. Okay, now can someone tell me, there is something wrong here? I have written something wrong in this line, in this second point. Can someone notice it? Let's see who points it out. The one who points it out is the one who is actually paying attention. So can someone tell me what is wrong in the second line? What is wrong in the second line? Okay, let me tell you, there is nothing called Google Bard. Okay, because Google Bard has been renamed. Okay, so Google Bard has been renamed to Gemini or Gemini, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so Google Bard was the old name. Okay, I hope you remember. So earlier it used to be called Bard, but now it's called Gemini. Yeah, Gemini, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so Google's alternative to ChatGPT is Gemini. So ChatGPT is by OpenAI, Gemini is by Google, but both are competitors of each other. Both are alternatives to each other. Okay, open source LLMs like Mistral and Falcon. What is open source? Open source means models that developers can customize and use freely. Okay, so this Gemini, can you modify Gemini according to you? Do you have access to Gemini's internal code? Tell me. Can you change the code for Gemini's working? How Gemini is internally working? Can you change that? No, right? Because it is not open source. It is in the hand of Google. Okay, so what is open source? Open source LLMs means those LLMs which you can modify. You can change the code, internal working of it. Okay, so Mistral and Falcon are those AIs. Now AI coding assistants like Copilot, Code Whisper. So AI powered tools that help programmers write and debug code faster. I have discussed this. Okay, perfect. Text to image tools. So Dolly, Midjourney, Stable Diffusion, AI that generates high quality images from text description. So if you write, create an image with a dog chasing a cat, something like this. So it will actually generate image as per the text. Okay, create an image where Aditya Jain sir is actually writing Python code. Okay, so AI will take my image as input and it will generate that image for you. Okay, so just imagine, create a image where lion is actually riding a bike and it will also generate such image for you. Okay, sir, please share the PPT after this session. Okay, I will ask the team. You can join the Telegram channel. It will be there as well. Okay. Yeah, so it's a very, very interesting thing. Just imagine the future, guys. Just imagine the future. Have you ever seen a lion riding a bicycle? No, right? We haven't. But now you can. Now you can because of this. Okay. So now you can actually type in that a lion is riding a bicycle, create this image, and this Dolly, Midjourney, or Stable Diffusion. DALL-E, some people call it DALL-E, some people call it Dolly. Okay, whatever you want to call it. Perfect. Moving on. Now, sir, hands-on demonstration. So this is your homework. Okay, this is your homework which I want you to try. Take a live use case of ChatGPT after this lecture. Okay, this is your homework. So you have to create a demo. You have to try a demo of ChatGPT by helping them understand how the prompts are working. Okay, so you have to try this out. Now moving ahead to the challenges and ethical considerations. Okay, very few people talk about this, but let me tell you that this is mandatory. How many of you are aware that many countries, many people, many big level, many people at big level positions are concerned about AI? Are you aware of this? How many of you are aware of this? The people who are sitting at very big position are actually afraid of AI. Some people are even resisting its growth. Correct? Because there are some ethical concerns that needs to be managed. Okay, so you should also be aware. Many people will only tell you the advantages, but we have to keep the issues in mind as well. Okay, because ChatGPT AI is good, but we need to keep it within boundaries. So let's talk about the ethical concerns. Bias in AI. AI models may reflect societal biases present in their training data leading to unfair or inaccurate results. Okay. Okay, let's see who answers this. Can you tell me the most recent disruption within 1-2 months that has happened in the AI field? Let's see who answers this. There was a very, very big disruption. Anyone who knows? Anyone who knows? Very, very big disruption. DeepSeek. Very good. DeepSeek, right? I hope you remember DeepSeek. DeepSeek actually disrupted the entire AI domain because it was very cheap as compared to ChatGPT and Gemini. Okay. Now, why I'm talking about DeepSeek is, have you seen those videos? It was very famous on LinkedIn that whenever you were asking DeepSeek about something related to China, it was not actually answering it quite well. But when you were asking the same question for other countries, it was asking it, it was replying very, very clearly. Have you seen those videos? Have you seen those videos? It is the practical explanation to the first point, that these models can be biased depending on the data it has trained on. So obviously when China was creating a chatbot, they made sure that China will have a good reputation. Okay, absolutely correct, absolutely correct. Very good, Soumya Deep. Soumya Ditya, very good. Yes. Okay, so these can be biased. They can give different input for different countries depending on the data it is trained on. So this is one ethical concern, that it is biased. It is not like natural. It is not like I will only answer truth irrespective of the country you ask me. No. When you ask it about China, it will not answer anything wrong. But when you ask the same question for other country, it will answer you. So that's the concern. Okay. Hallucinations. AI sometimes generates false or misleading information, making fact-checking essential. So sometimes AI gives you answers which are not actually correct. Okay, because you know that it is ultimately a bot, it is ultimately a trained model. Okay, so if there is some incorrectness in the trained data, on the data in which it has trained, so it will also create that problem, and that's what we call as hallucinations. Privacy and security. So AI models require large amount of data, raising concerns about user privacy and data protection. Lots and lots of companies are actually concerned about this. Have you seen? On daily basis, there are concerns around the data privacy issues. Have you seen that? Right? So data privacy and security is a very big concern, and users are not actually willing to share so much data. Okay, in fact, my dear friends, you will start noticing that whatever query you write to ChatGPT, do you know that data is also being taken in input to train the ChatGPT? Are you aware of it? There is a separate button on ChatGPT. Go to the ChatGPT interface, go to the settings part. There is a separate workflow where it asks you, your data will be used to train the ChatGPT. Is it fine? You can also pop it off, but some people are not even aware of this. They don't even know that something like this exists. Think about it. That's so bad. They don't even know that their data is by default getting used to train the ChatGPT. Okay, there are security concerns. So we need to be very transparent. We need to be very smart to keep our data secured. Okay. Job impact. While AI automates tasks, it also creates new job opportunities requiring skill adaptation. Now this is a positive point, this is not a negative point. Okay, so we all talk about that AI will take away jobs. Okay, we all talk about that, but that's partially correct, that's partially incorrect. Okay, it is correct, AI will take away jobs, but for only those people who don't adapt to technology, who don't upskill themselves with the technology. AI is going to replace them. But if you are someone who is upgrading yourself with technology, who are actually step by step learning the technology, who are evolving with the technology, AI will be there to help you out. AI will actually land you more better jobs. AI will actually lead to more salary hikes for such people. Okay, so will you be someone who will be impacted in negative way, or will you be someone who will leverage AI to actually get ahead in career? Comment it, let's see how many people will use, how many people will have what perspective. Let me know what will be your perspective for AI. Okay, very good, nice, perfect. I hope you are someone who will leverage AI. Okay, who will use AI to get better. Okay, who will use AI to get better. Okay, AI regulations. Governments and organizations are working on guidelines to ensure responsible AI usage. Very good, Kiran. Okay, so the governments of our country, other countries, they are actually thinking about how they can make people use this in a good way, because there are lots and lots of applications of AI. AI is very useful, no doubt, but if you protect the downside, then it's good. If you put a limit on avoiding its misuse cases, then it's very good. Otherwise it can be harmful, it can be bad. Okay, so that's why government are working on creating such I would say policies, so that it is not misused. Because if it's not misused, it's very useful. We only need to avoid the misuse cases of it, then everything is good. Okay, it's like YouTube. Okay, you guys are attending such a beautiful, such a informative session on YouTube. Okay, someone else might be using YouTube to watch random reels, shorts, right? So both are using YouTube, but someone is getting benefited and someone is might be wasting their time. Someone might be learning wrong things, bad things. Okay, who knows? So YouTube is not wrong. Understand, YouTube is useful if you study the right things, but it can be misused. It can be used to waste your time as well. Are you understanding this live example, my dear friend? I'm trying to make it as simple as possible. Okay, so YouTube or social media is not bad, but whether you use it or misuse it will define whether it's bad or good. Okay, so this is all the concerns. Now the final slide of the day before we conclude this session. Okay, the future, because many of us think, "Arey, sir, future? We are already in the future, right?" No, there is still a very long way ahead. There is still a very long way ahead. Okay, so there is still a long way ahead. So multimodal AI. Future AI will combine text, images, audio, and video to understand and create richer content. Okay, please remember this. Please remember this. Multimodal AI, future AI will actually use text, image, video, everything together. That's why it's called multimodal. Yeah, multimodal, whatever you want to call it. Okay, multimodal means various multiple types. Because today we are focusing on ChatGPT for text, we are focusing on Dolly or Midjourney for images, okay? But ultimately, everything will be on a single platform in the most efficient manner. AI agents and autonomy. AI may move beyond chatbots to fully autonomous systems that can perform complex tasks. Okay, and that is actually happening. That is actually happening. Okay, how many of you have heard of something called AI agents? Have you heard of AI agents? Okay, AI agents are actually doing the same thing. It is well beyond chatbots. Now, no one is talking about chatbots. Everyone wants an AI agent. AI agent is like you give it so many inputs and it will automatically decide what to do with those inputs. You don't have to tell them instructions. You have to tell them certain instructions, but not as many as to chatbot. Sir, you mentioned that learning Python and SQL is essential get up in the AI field. Yes, Python and SQL are mandatory according to me. Okay, moving ahead. AI in engineering innovations. AI is expected to revolutionize robotics, material science, and design optimization. It is beyond all this. Okay, these are few. Personalized AI. Future AI models may adapt to individual users, providing highly customized experiences. Okay, please understand. Personalized AI. Personalized AI means something which you are designing for yourself. Like Iron Man. Iron Man has a personalized AI. Can you name that? Can you name that? Very famous Iron Man movie. Have you watched it? Jarvis, right? Jarvis. Very good. And ethical AI development efforts are being made to ensure AI is transparent, fair, and aligned with human values. Okay, because ultimately we need to be within the ethical boundaries. Okay. So with this, my dear friends, I would like to conclude this session. Okay, I tried my best to provide you with all the experiences, all the knowledge that I can share in the simplest possible way. Okay, I hope that this was useful to you. Some people are asking, sir, any good resource you would recommend to learn these things? There are lots of good resources. You can just do Google search. Okay, I would recommend you to take some certification courses because certification courses will help you get ahead. Sir, please take some more sessions on machine learning and deep learning. Okay, I will try my best to take more such sessions. Please let us know if you have found this helpful. Okay. Okay, please let us know in the comments whether you have found this session helpful or not, so that we can actually decide whether we should bring such sessions more or not. Okay, and do let me know what actions you have taken in the comments. Okay, sir, please tell us the good source to learn them. As I said, okay, lots of good resources are there. It completely depends on you. Okay. Yes, sir, I really enjoyed the session. Okay, thank you so much. It really means a lot. I tried my best to give you as much knowledge as possible. Honestly, I have not seen any such simple session on the YouTube so far. So you guys are very, very lucky. Okay, like if you actually apply whatever I have taught you today, it will definitely boost your knowledge. Basics are now very clear. Wow, very good. That's so happy for me, because I tried my best to get the basics as clear as possible. Okay, Srivastava is saying very informative session. Thank you so much, Srivastava. I really I'm really happy to know that. Okay, so guys, for the final thing, I would like to give you a roadmap. Okay, the final roadmap from my end is you should first study Python and SQL. These are mandatory things in any order. First Python, then SQL, or first SQL, then Python. Anything is fine. Then you should study NumPy and Pandas, because that will help you perform data analytics. Then you can also explore Matplotlib and Seaborn, because Matplotlib and Seaborn are for data visualization, like writing code to convert table into a chart, okay, into a bar graph, into a line plot, like that. Then you should learn Tableau or Power BI. Tableau or Power BI are for data visualization, okay, like it is the most widely used technology, because when you are talking to a CEO, you won't say that, sir, these are the sale numbers, okay. They will not understand so much data. But if you show them the line chart, if you show them the trend that sales are increasing, that profit is increasing, then they will be able to understand that data properly, okay. So learn this. Then the next phase is to learn statistics and probability, because probability and statistics play a very, very important role in the field of machine learning, okay. Then you can learn hypothesis testing. Hypothesis testing is like checking whether the results you have generated are significant or not, okay. So hypothesis testing and probability and statistics are the next skills that you should learn, okay. So this will make your complete data analytics strong, and then you can explore machine learning, classification, regression, reinforcement learning, deep learning, neural networks, and RNN, CNN, transformer, BERT, LSTM, by LSTM, lots of things are there, okay. So then you can keep exploring them, and then you can start with Gen AI, prompt engineering in parallel, okay. So lots of skills are there, but definitely do the data analytics so that you can actually grab a job. For job, data analytics job, Python, SQL, NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, Seaborn, these are mandatory. Tableau, okay. Perfect. Okay, so let's end today's session, guys, then. Okay, do let us know in the comments down below, my dear friends. My name is Aditya Jain, and I wish you all the very best. I hope that this session was something that added value to you. I tried my best to make this complex concepts as simple as possible. These are very complex things, okay. But if you have understood today's session, you can actually start diving deep into these, because these are very, very broad concepts, okay. Perfect. Chalo, I wish you all the very best. Thank you so much. Do let us know in the comments what all do you want to learn in the data science and AI space, and we will try to give you more content around it, okay. All the best. Good night. Take care.